Hi everyone, welcome back to the Lonely Show. Uh, Today is Tuesday, August the 11th of 2020, and I am so excited to welcome you guys back to my channel. And the topic for today talk is about a purchase contract. Specifically, I'm gonna compare the differences between a purchase contract of a resale home versus a purchase contract of a brand new home to see what are the differences, to see what the buyer's obligation are, and to see what kind of disadvantage that the buyers has in the situation that they are going to buy a brand new home. So let's take a look of what we have. So what I'm having here on my slide is the first thing that I have to talk to you is that for the purchase contract of a resale home, everything gonna be constructed to protect mostly the buyers, right? The buyer has a lot of contingency so that they are free to back out of the contract. Now, I'm not saying that we submit the offer and we back out later on, because if you don't have a reasonable reason, then you could lose your money deposit, which could be 3,000 or 4,000, right? So, but I talk about some protection that the buyer, if you are in a buyer situation, you are having as a resale home. Okay, there's a lot of contingency for you to back out. How about for the purchase contract of brand new home? Now, one more thing that I have to emphasize is that as a resale home, that is a contract. That's a standard contract that the Realtor Association wrote, right, for specifically for Arizona. So there's a balance for the seller and the buyers. That at least that's what they try the best, right? For the brand new home, each individual builder is gonna have their own purchase contracts, right? Their own purchase contract, and you are most likely not be able to change anything, any terms and conditions in the purchase contract. And you know who wrote the contract, right? The builder. So if they write a contract, who are they going to protect the most? The builder. You're right. So there's a lot of differences between a purchase contract of a resale home versus a purchase contract of a brand new home. Yes. So the first thing that I want to talk about is appraisal. Okay, appraisal is one of the most important factor so that you are qualified for the loan, because the lender is not gonna willing to loan you the money to buy the house. For example, if you purchase the price at 300 and the appraised value is only at 280, so the lender is not gonna lend you the money to purchase a home at 300, right? So for the resale home, if that is the case, you have 5 days as a buyer to notify the seller and cancel the contract if there's no agreement between the two parties, right? Either reduce the purchase price or who's gonna pay for the difference. Okay, but for the brand new home, for the brand new home purchase contract, the appraisal is a little bit in favor of the builder. Now, it's really depend on the builder that you are going with, but I'm saying this is a general. You actually potentially lose your honest deposit if you cannot cover the difference for the difference in the price value. For example, like the previous example that I have, 300, right? You purchase the price at 300 and 280 is the purchase is the appraised value. And therefore, there's a $20,000 gap. And if you are not able to cover that $20,000 gap, the lender will not lend you the money. Therefore, you cannot buy the house. And for that reason, you are potentially lose the honest, even though you don't want to. Now, why does the builder do that? That also make a little bit sense, because remember, as a part of the brand new home, you have a lot of choices to make, right? One of those is they call personalization choices, right? You want a brand new cabinet with a fancy color, with doorknobs, fancy doorknobs, with a very beautiful door. So there's a lot of upgrade added to the home, right? And now, even though you have to pay for those upgrades, the appraisal may not consider those value added to the home, and therefore they will not add to the appraised value, right? For that reason, sometimes the builders also ask you to add more deposit if you choose if you choose those options that may not be able to increase the value of the home, right? So choose the right one, choose the option that increase the value of the home is extremely critical for as a part of the brand new home selection. Okay, so but I'm just saying that in the appraisal contingency of the brand new home purchase contract, you may not have a full protection similar to the protection that you have in a resale home, because obviously you have more chance to lose your honest deposit if the appraised value end up less than what you purchased for. Okay. The other thing that I want to talk about in a brand new home is inspection. Now, for the resale home, when you go into the contract with the seller, you have an inspection contingency period, and it is normally 10 days. So that as a buyer, you have all the right to do all kind of inspection that you feel needed, so that you are comfortable with moving forward on the contract within that 10 days. Within that 10 days, if you find anything that it is not acceptable to you, you are able to back out of the contract and get the money back, get the honest deposit money back, right? For the brand new home, however, it is not the case. Okay. However, you have no right to do any kind of inspection, right? That, well, some builders allow you to perform an inspection, right? But basically, those are you cannot back out if you find anything wrong, right? There's no way. I mean, you have to double check again. The builder, they write a contract in a way to protect them the first, right? And hopefully, some builder give you some uh, inspection contingency. But again, there's no inspection contingency in any builder's purchase contract that I know of, right? They don't give you a period. Hey, you have 10 days to perform inspection before close of escrow. No, they don't do that. Okay, you have the right to do the inspection, but it doesn't mean that you are able to back out of the contract and get the money back, right? You have the right to do the inspection. You have the right. Now, this is also not, it's a bad thing, but here's a good thing on that end. Um, you have the right to do the inspection, and even though you cannot back out of the contract, you have all right to request the builder to fix those items, to correct those things that you find during the inspection, and therefore the house can be better. Now, again, that still be the risk, right? Because what if the builder doesn't do so, right? So again, as a brand new home buyer, you have to aware of those obligations. And when you sign a contract, which is 40 pages long, you have to understand that you are obligated for the terms and conditions set in the purchase contract. Especially the second thing is the inspection, right? Uh, one tip though, if you do need to have an inspection, there's two times that I recommend people to do the inspection. First of all, is when before they put a drywall up, right? Before they put a drywall up is the best time for you to ask the inspector to look at every single detail, piping, electrical wires. Those are the things that gonna gonna be covered when they put a drywall and no one can see it. Some people think that the inspector can see through wall. They are not. They're not. So unfortunately, they are not. I wish they were, but to be able to inspect everything that in between walls, then you have to call them before the drywall is put up, right? Because at that time they're able to see everything inside. The second thing is that the second time that I recommend people to do the inspection is um, uh, either before closing or before 1 year period warranty is up, right? So that if anything at the end of the 1 year period warranty, normally the builder provide you 1 year warranty so that you can request everything, right? So before maybe 2 or 3 months before the warranty is up, then you can hire an inspector to come and do the inspection for you. At that time, you're gonna have everything that you want to request and make sure that it is done before the warranty period is up. Okay, so that is the third thing. The last difference between the purchase of a brand new home and a resale home is the loan contingency. Now, I'm going to talk about a resale home loan contingency. Now, by the way, this is not applicable if you are paying everything by cash, right? But 99%, 90% of people, 90% of the buyers buying a house with a loan. And and for that reason, I'm going to talk about this, okay? Loan contingency in a resale home basically allow you that if you are not be able to qualify for the loan, okay? If you are not be able to qualify for the loan, then you have the right. Now, if it is not your, um, uh, if you follow all the instruction of the lender and you cannot qualify for the loan, okay, then you have the right to cancel the contract and then you get back the earnest deposit. Okay, now for the brand new home, it has a similar contingency. However, the lender gonna ask you to do more things. First of all, if you cannot qualify for the loan, with the first lender of your choice, they're gonna ask you to do more work. Okay, they're gonna not asking, they're gonna require you to do more work to really prove that you cannot qualify for the loan. For example, they could require you to qualify for two using another 2 or 3 lenders, right? Two or three lenders to make sure that not only the first lender cannot qualify you, but also the second and the third lenders cannot qualify you. That is one of the example, right? So you have to do more work to be able to prove for them that, hey, I tried my best and I couldn't qualify. If you However, though, in some cases, the reason for not being qualified is because you do something wrong with your credit, you intend to do so, then you will have a potential to lose the earnest deposit in that case. Okay, so make sure that you read the section of loan contingency to make sure that you understand it. I know the purchase contract is not a very short document, but you do have to understand all the terms and conditions. It is a legal document between the two parties. They have the obligation to finish the house by both parties signing the contract. You have the obligation to prove that you are able to buy the house and follow all the terms and conditions set in the purchase contract. For that reason, make sure that you understand, or make sure that you have a realtor who is willing to read the contract for you to make sure that they're gonna raise any concern, raise any questionable terms and conditions to make sure that you are okay with everything. Okay, my name is Longley. I hope you enjoy the video as much as I do. If you do, please like, share, or comment on the video, and I will have an answer for you right away. Thank you so much. Bye bye.